Hey, anybody watch the Golden Globes last night? Yeah. I didn't because it wasn't on CBS and I was testing all of you. Failed. I hear it was pretty good. And there were a lot of great movies this year, but there were two movies that got confused last night twice. It's Hidden Figures and Fences, creating a fun new mashup.
So you're nominated for Hidden Fences.
For Best Supporting Actress in a Motion Picture, here are the nominees. Octavia Spencer, Hidden Fences.
Now, I think it's obvious why these are the two nominated films that got mixed up. Both had their ADR mixing done by sound man Chris Navarro. Huge Navarro heads.
Yeah.
Plus, all the African-American presenters kept saying Manchester by the La La Land, so it's fair. But the real star of the night, and every night in my opinion, was Meryl Streep, who... Good. Who won a Lifetime Achievement Award and stole the show with her acceptance speech.
But there was one performance this year that stunned me. It was that moment when the person asking to sit in the most respected seat in our country imitated a disabled reporter, someone he outranked in privilege, power, and the capacity to fight back. Disrespect invites disrespect. Violence incites violence. When the powerful use their position to bully others, we all lose.
Yes, we all lose, except Donald Trump, who won. Of course, the president-elect Trump was too focused on defeating ISIS and creating jobs to pick a fight with a celebrity. Just kidding. Trump tweeted, Meryl Streep, one of the most overrated actresses in Hollywood. Wait a sec, I'm sorry, what? What did you just say? Meryl Streep, overrated? Have you seen Sophie's Choice? Have you seen The French Lieutenant's Woman? Have you seen that one with the dead people, that she's even funny in that one? Look, Mr. Trump, you can refuse to release your taxes. You can call to ban an entire religion. You can play footsie with a dictator, but calling Meryl Streep overrated? No. No. Too far.
Get it.
You know, I wasn't going to go to that million-woman march, but now I am. You know? I'm going to go now. I'm going now. This is it. It's going to be a million Meryl march. I'll be the one holding the Blu-ray of Kramer versus Kramer and weeping. And in response to all this, this morning, Trump spokeswoman and future award-winning Meryl Streep role, Kellyanne Conway, weighed in on the reporter controversy by explaining we shouldn't get hung up on little things like what Donald Trump says and does.
You can't give him the benefit of the doubt on this, and he's telling you what was in his heart. You always want to go by what's come out of his mouth rather than look at what's in his heart.
Yes! Stop listening to his mouth. Stop making fun of what's in his heart. It would be cruel because his heart is severely disabled. It is medically incapable of empathy. Come on. Of course, for months, we've been talking about how somebody hacked our election, and Donald Trump has this theory of who that was.
I mean, it could be Russia, but it could also be China. It could also be lots of other people. It also could be somebody sitting on their bed that weighs 400 pounds, okay?
Well, it turns out Trump was right to blame a 400-pound man sitting on a bed, assuming Putin sleeps with his horse, because on Friday, the director of national intelligence released a report that found that Putin ordered the effort to undermine faith in the election and help Trump. Apparently, after Russia was embarrassed by the Olympic doping scandal, Putin wanted to discredit the image of the United States and cast it as hypocritical. Hey, Putin, we don't need any help looking hypocritical. Okay? We're the country that invented both chili cheese fries and open heart surgery. You've got this one. Well, after months of denying it, Trump now accepts that the Russians hacked our election, and he knows exactly who to blame. Gross negligence by the Democratic National Committee allowed hacking to take place. He went on to say that all bank robberies are the bank's fault, and if people didn't want to get stabbed, why does their ribcage make such a sturdy knife holder? Now, this Russian hack is disturbing. You know, it's a little upsetting. But Trump's chief of staff, Priebus, says there's the thing that everyone needs to understand.
Here's the thing that I think everyone needs to understand. When this whole thing started, it started from the Russians 50 years ago. In other words, this is something that's been going on in our elections for many, many years. It happens every election period.
Yes, don't worry. It happens. The Russians have always picked our presidents. Who can forget the famous headline, Putin defeats Truman? And besides, according to Trump advisor Kellyanne Conway, this hacking is not a bad thing.
All of this amounts to a very simple fact, which is that alleged attacks, and aspirations to interfere with our democracy failed. And they failed, and we know that because Donald Trump won.
Yes. Yes. Donald Trump won, America 0. Speaking of Trump and his family, did you hear the breaking news today about Jared Kushner? No. Kushner, of course, is Trump's son-in-law. You guys have heard about this. He's also America's worst-selling brand of marijuana. Do not smoke the Jared Kushner. And according to people close to Trump, Kushner will be named a senior advisor to the president. The pick makes sense. Trump and his son-in-law see eye to eye on a lot of issues. For instance, they both think Ivanka is hot. But Trump, it's a true story, based on a true story, that joke. But Trump hiring his son-in-law is raising a lot of questions like, is this legal? And does Trump know anyone who's not in his family? Speaking of sources of shame for New York City, any Giants fans here? No? No? Ashamed to admit it? Well, it was a brutal game last night. The Giants lost to the Green Bay Packers 38-13. Eli Manning could not get anything going. Odell Beckham Jr. kept dropping passes, and the defense even let Aaron Rodgers throw a Hail Mary. Luckily, New York fans are used to being embarrassed since we also have the Jets. Some angry Giants fans are now pointing to this photo of several players on a boat in Miami last week, saying they should have been focused on the game instead. Yesterday, the players on that boat had a combined 3 dropped passes, and 2 of them would have been for touchdowns. Just think, if they had caught those touchdowns, the Giants would have lost by only 11 points. Way better. And it doesn't help that when you zoom into that photo, you can actually see Eli Manning water skiing behind the boat on top of 2 dolphins, wearing a shirt that says, "I don't care about football." We got a great show for you tonight.